Hello again and welcome to Tips with Andrew. I am Andrew Sapiano. Thank you so much for joining me on this happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I hope you guys are having an awesome day so far, awesome week, and are currently rocking out whatever goals, hopes, plans, dreams, ambitions you have for this week and are making it happen. We are in convention week this week. Yes! Oh man, I'm so excited. Tomorrow it actually starts. Today is a little bit of the gala and some of the other campus tour stuff going on. So, a couple quick updates before we get started here. I have launched a weight loss course for beginners. It is an online digital course for download. Discover 5 little known secrets on how to lose weight. It is an online course that you can download, go through at your own convenience, at your own pace, and whenever you get some time to it. If you or somebody you know of is interested in losing some weight, now that we are officially kind of at the end of summer into the beginning of the start of back to school year, definitely reach out to me, drop me a comment, send me a message. There's tons of cool stuff that comes along with the initial launch, and I'm super excited to get it out there into the universe for the masses to consume. I know it's going to change a lot of people's lives, so definitely reach out to me. Oh, I'm so excited to get it out there. Next, as I just mentioned, it is convention week this week. I believe there's still time to get on the live stream version of it. Tomorrow morning is registration, so I believe there is. I don't know how many tickets are available still for the live in-person event, but convention, right? Learn about the best ways to use essential oils, emerging research, new product launches, exclusive product launches, learn a little bit more about the science behind essential oils, how they work, why they work with us, why you should be interested in it. Catch the vision of the future of doTERRA and the world of essential oils. Big announcements coming out. Sometimes we have guest speakers. Last year we had the Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. That was wicked. doTERRA customers come to, wellness advocates come to, and it's a really big, fun event. You get to learn from, a little bit of the other doTERRA members of the team. So definitely, if you or somebody you know of is interested in learning more about essential oils, how to boost your immune system, how to reduce the toxic load in your life, how to live a more natural, holistic, alternative lifestyle, this is definitely an event you do not want to miss. I'm super excited for it. I cannot wait every year. This is my favorite time of year outside of my birthday. I mean, let's get real here. Definitely reach out to me, drop me a comment, send me a message, and we will get you rocking and rolling for sure. Lastly, doTERRA Thinker Blend. It is the focus blend from doTERRA. It is the free product of the month this month and is perfect for this time of year, back to school time. When you need to a little bit more focus, concentration, and when your mind is kind of running a million miles a minute and we can't really, figure life out as is, and now we've got to make big life changes in it. So definitely, if you or somebody you know of is interested in free stuff like I am, definitely reach out to me, drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Okay, breathe. I'm telling you, there's so much more going on over here. I could keep going for days, but that's really what it is. I would just keep going and going. That's where I'm gonna shut that faucet off for now. All right, so, oh man, convention week, yes. It's got me so excited. I can't even think straight. So, let's get into today's topic. Today's topic today actually is National Quiet Day, which is interesting because it's actually something that we really need to learn, right? I wanted to take this time to give some tips, some steps, if you will, on how to, effective listening, how to be a better listener, how to listen more effectively, how to make the people around you feel more comfortable opening up to you, because that's what it is, right? That's the old saying, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, but that's most of the time, that's what we're doing, is we're talking twice as much as we're listening. We're kind of using them out of proportion to the way that they are meant to be used on our body. So that's where I wanted to use this time to give some tips that help me. Listening to other people talk and complain and, dish out their problems, hash out what's going on in their life. I get it. It's not always the funnest. And it's not always something that we really want to be interested in. We've got a lot going on in our lives, and we really want to just talk about what's happening to us. And, it's not that we don't care about what's going on with you. We're more interested in what's happening to us. And, there's a lot that's going on with us. And, how can you not be more interested in what's going on with me? Right? Me. It's got to be me. Always me. Never mind you. You'll get your turn. Me right now, right? So that's where I wanted to come on, give some tips. What do I have? Some simple steps to effective listening to make people want to, or make people feel more comfortable around you, right? People are not going to want to talk to you if they don't feel comfortable around you. They're not, if they think that you don't care what they're saying, there's chances are they're not going to be saying a lot to you. They're not really going to want to talk to you. And I mean, let's get real here, right? When you're talking to somebody and they could care less about what you're having to say, how does that make you feel, right? So that's where I wanted to come on today, give some simple tips that help me kind of help with my effective listening. I get it, right? Our problems are way bigger than anybody else's in the world, and it's so much easier to want to talk about our problems and not listen to other people. But I promise you, as much as this is a lifelong learning thing, right? We're always learning about effective listening and how to listen better and how to, be around people better. This is something that will very much benefit every aspect of our lives. So it's something that we, this is one of the things that we should be putting a little bit more time and effort into, I guess, quote unquote, perfecting it as much as we can. So with that, I got some tips that help me. Hopefully they help you too. And who knows, hopefully you find one or two that you can implement into your own life and help you become or help you on the way to becoming an effective listener, so people want to tell you everything that's going on in their lives. Number one, be present in the conversation. I'll reiterate what I just said a little bit ago, is that think about when you're talking, right? This is really one that you can take from a you perspective and understand it completely. Because when you're talking, right, and the other person is over there, they've got their cell phone out and they're making phone calls, or they're answering phone calls, or they're looking down there, or they can't even, you could tell that they don't care even a little bit about what you're talking about. It's not really something that you want to, I don't know, for me, maybe I'm different, right? But for me, that's not a situation where I want to keep talking in, right? I want, if you're not really listening to me and you're, a million miles away and don't really have anything else interested or interesting to add to the conversation, that for me is a kind of a signal that, you're not really interested in anything that I have to say. Not that, that's a bad thing. It just is what it is, right? If we want to be an effective listener, we have to be present in the conversation. We have to understand that as much as there is going on in our lives, there's that much, if not more, going on in other people's lives. So they are looking for, I guess, quote unquote, a shoulder to cry on. And they're looking for, somebody that they can, hash out their problems with, because they're searching for, just as we're searching for somebody that we can, complain to and just give our problems to and, talk about everything. And that's what other people are looking for, right? And they really want somebody to be there to just, be with them. You don't even have to really say anything. If you are actually actively listening to them, if you are present in the conversation, letting them know that you actually care about what they say, that's how we make people feel more comfortable around us. That's how we get people to open up more to us. And that's how we actually get people to say that we are a very great person to have a conversation with, even though we really didn't say anything, right? Number two, ask open-ended questions. What is an open-ended question? It is something that requires an actual answer. It requires a thought process into their answer. A closed-ended question is something that can be answered with yes or no, right? Do you like that meal? Yes. Do you know how to drive? No. Do you want to jump out of an airplane? Maybe. Probably not. I don't know. Do you want to jump out in front of a bus? No, right? So those are the closed-ended questions. Yes or no answers. Those are questions that really, you're really asking to just try and get to a point. But those aren't questions that are going to keep a conversation going, nor are those even questions that require a thought process from either end. If you want to have a good conversation with somebody, if you want to make them feel comfortable around you and you want to make them feel like you're present in the conversation, you have to ask questions that require a thought process on your part to ask them, as much as it requires a thought process on their part to answer them. What that does is it just has that ebb and flow of the conversation. When you're asking questions that require answers, that makes you automatically seem like you're more interested in the conversation than anything, because you're getting actual feedback from this person. You're not actually just asking them questions for the sake of asking them questions, right? Do you have a dog? Yes. Have you had it for a while? Yes. Right? Do you live in the city? Yes. These are all questions that don't actually require a thought process. But if you wanted to actually let them know that you're engaged in the conversation, that you care about what they're saying, that you're interested in letting them know that you are actually, quote unquote, a shoulder to cry on for them, open-ended questions are a great way to get them thinking, talking, feeling, right? Actually being present in the conversation. As much as you want to be present in the conversation, you want them to be present. And open-ended questions just makes you both be present in the conversation. You have to be present in order to know what questions to ask to get a response out of them, as much as they need to be present in the conversation in order to know how to answer those questions. So open-ended questions are a great way to just get that ebb and flow of the conversation. Have them as interested in telling you about their lives as much as you're interested in hearing about it. And when you ask the open-ended questions that get them thinking, it just makes them that much more comfortable around you, makes them that much more willing to talk to you, and it makes them that much more feel like you actually care a little bit more. Number 3 step to effective listening: smile. You gotta smile. You have to smile. And this is not just for, listening. This is not just for talking. This is for any aspect of life, but especially when you're talking to somebody. Because let's get real here, right? Do I look like a person that's very enjoyable to come and talk to? Right? Do I look like a person that even remotely wants to be interested about what you're talking about? Probably not, right? Depending on what the circumstance is. I mean, maybe if we're at a funeral, I might fit in with that crowd. But any other place, right? You would definitely want to talk to the guy that's like this, right? You're smiling, you're upbeat. You're really giving off that vibe of, I'm happy to be here. I don't have any other care in the world except for what's happening to you right now and your ability to convey it to me so that I can help you through this tough time. Or maybe it's not a tough time, right? Maybe it's a congratulatory time in their life that they just want to get it out, or they want to get it, or they want to talk to somebody about it because, they're so excited that they just can't keep it in anymore. And they want to talk to you about it. And if they're so excited and you're sitting there with a frown on your face like you couldn't be bothered, that's not going to make them feel very good at all. And also, if they're super excited and you're smiling and they come over to you and you guys feed off each other's energy, that's just so much better for every aspect of that conversation. But smiling just lets people know that you're interested. I mean, it's so much more than just, a facial expression, right? It lets people know that you're welcoming. It lets people know that you're actually enjoying yourself. It lets people know that they can keep talking to you without actually having any, sort of blowback on them. They're not, they're talking to you and you don't look judgmental, right? You don't look like you are ready to leave at any point, right? Or maybe you have to go to the bathroom or something. Smiling is just the key to unlock everything, right? If you have any, troubles, problems, tribulations, anything like that, smiling can help you so much more. And I mean, that's really one of those things where I want you to prove me otherwise, right? If you are talking with somebody and you're smiling and you're having a good time and you're letting the other person know that you're having a good time and they completely shut down and they don't talk to you at all anymore and your smile actually led them to, a downward spiral where they didn't care to talk to you at all and they actually thought that you were upset, definitely come back and tell me how that tip didn't work for you, because I would love to hear that one. I would love to hear how you smiling at somebody while they were trying to tell you a story, a happy story at least, right? I mean, if they're trying to tell you that something's wrong in their life and you're laughing at them, right? Chances are you're going to get, a 5-knuckle sandwich. That's what I would give you. But, smiling. Side note, it takes more muscles to smile than frown. So you're you're actually losing weight. You're burning more calories. You're losing a little bit more weight by smiling. So I mean, weight loss, right? If that doesn't make you smile, I don't really know what else will. Number 4, so we are here talking on Quiet Day. Simple steps to effective listening so that people will want to or will feel comfortable around you. Number 1, be present in the conversation. Number 2, ask open-ended questions. Number 3, smile. And number 4, check your body language. Body language, right? If you're trying to talk to me and I'm over here in the corner and I got my back turned to you like this and I'm talking to the ground over here like this, I mean, what part of that makes you feel that I'm interested in that conversation? And that goes the same with somebody else, right? If you're talking to somebody, a lot of these things that I love, that's why I love talking about effective listening skills, right? Because you can get effective listening skills just by observing what people do to you when you're trying to talk. If you're trying to talk to somebody and they've got their back turned to you like this and they're looking at the wall and they couldn't even care less to even look at your face while you're trying to talk to them, do you think that makes you even the slightest interested in wanting to continue that conversation? Probably not, right? That's at the same point, like, that's you right there. If they're trying to talk to you and you've got your arms crossed like this and you're looking away and you're over there, you're picking your nose and checking out, if you found gold or not, or you're trying to get that thing out of your teeth, right? You gotta check your body language. You gotta be open, right? You gotta open your chest up. You got to face towards them, right? If you're sitting like this or even like this, right? You really make sure that your body language is open. You are letting them know that they are able to approach you and that you are actually interested in what they have to say. It can be so much easier. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? How many words do you think your body language is worth in that current moment, right? It doesn't even have to be anything more. It could be probably 4 words, right? I do not care. There you go. 4 words is how much your body language means in that current moment. But I love talking about that because that's it, right? If we are talking to somebody and they look like they don't care about what we're talking about and they look like they are, trying to figure out how fast they can get out the door and they are not interested in what you have to say at all, it doesn't make you feel good at all. So why would you do that to somebody else? Somebody else that wants to talk to you, that wants to have a conversation with you, that's really interested in letting you know what's on their mind, you really have to make it a point to show them that you are interested in what they have to say, whether or not you are, right? Because people need that. Somebody, you don't know what's going on in somebody else's life. And that leads me to my next tip is don't judge, right? Don't judge other people by what they're saying. You don't know what's going on in somebody else's life, and you also don't know, how they're trying to explain something. You can't also, one of my biggest things that I had to get over was trying to answer or trying to remember an answer to something that they said while they continued talking and then bring that back up, right? So that's how you know that you're not actually interested in anything that they have to say. You're interested in getting your answer out. Don't judge people, right? You don't know what people are going through. People are always going through something else, and it may seem petty and nothing to you, but to them, that is the worst possible thing in the world, right? And if you can't actually see that, you don't actually understand that, don't judge, right? Don't jump to conclusions. Let the people talk about what they want to talk about, and then, maybe come back and ask some other questions, right? To maybe steer the conversation in a different way, or maybe have them kind of reiterate and explain more about what they're talking about, in a non-judgmental way. People are, it's not that people don't care about what's going on in your life. People have so much going on in their lives, and there's so much happening to everybody else at any moment in time. So they just don't have the time, effort, energy, patience, right? It's not that they don't care. They just have so much going on in their lives. Don't judge them, right? Don't judge. Have an open mind. Be open-minded. help the other person in any way that you can, because you know that if you have a problem and you want to talk to somebody about it, you definitely don't want them to judge everything that you're saying, and you want them to have an open mind with regards to what you're talking about, right? It can be very brutal for you to try and have a conversation with somebody that's judging you at every turn and not letting you really get what you want to say in said. They're just kind of making up what you're saying as you're going along and putting words in your mouth. It's brutal, right? And you don't like that. So why would you do that to somebody else? Don't judge them. Have an open mind. Let them talk. Let them listen. Who knows? Maybe you learn something from them. Maybe you don't. But you don't know what you don't know. And after that conversation, if you don't ever want to have a conversation with them again, outside of a very few circumstances, you don't have to. Right? You don't have to. My last tip more than anything is essential oils. What do I got here? Essential oil blend like Island Mint. Island Mint is actually one of those blends that is perfect for helping with listening, because it blends the calming, relaxingness of the islands, right, with the uplifting and upbeatingness of the mint family, right? So it's got that calming, relaxing, as well as uplifting and invigoratingness to it, right? It's got that that really unique property to it, blend property to it. So that one is really great for relaxing you, as well as helping you to get that, that uplifting beat that you need in order to talk to certain types of people. My next blend here is Intune. And Intune is actually the focus blend from Doterra. And I added that one for a specific reason, because when we are listening to people and we are trying not to judge, we are trying to ask open-ended questions, we are trying to be present, right? Every once in a while we need some help with focus, concentration, promoting a little bit more of that, and helping us stay in the moment. That's why I love the Intune blend. It just helps you be present in the moment, so that you are, you help keep your mind from wandering. My last oil here is frankincense. Frankincense is, it's the king of oils, and it's basically good for everything. But what it is it in this current situation, it's a woodsy oil, right? So it's nice and calming, relaxing. Think when you're walking through the woods, right? It's nice and relaxing. You get that smell that's calming you down, making you just in a relaxing state, right? And that can be exactly what you need when you're trying to talk to people, and when you're trying to listen to people, and when you're trying to keep an open mind and listen to other people's problems. If you're all uptight and wound up, it can be very hard for you to keep an open mind and not judge other people about what they're saying. That's all I got for you for today. I really hope you enjoyed this. I know I had some fun making it. Feel free to share this with your friends, a family member, perhaps somebody from your team that you feel needs to hear this. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils, or how to get your hands on some of this cool stuff that I'm talking about, or if you'd like a free sample of oils just to get your hands on a little taste tester before you make a full-on commitment, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message saying me, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day and an even better week, and I look very forward to talking to you again. I love you guys. Bye for now.